Are you or your loved ones part of the baby boomer generation, born between 1946 and 1965? If so, I've got breaking news that could put $6,200 in your bank account as early as next week. Imagine waking up to find thousands of dollars deposited directly into your account, money that's specifically meant to help seniors struggling with rising costs, medical expenses, and the challenges of living on a fixed income. This isn't just another empty promise or complicated government program. These stimulus checks are already being deposited into thousands of seniors' accounts across the country. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how to check if you qualify and what steps you need to take to claim your share. But here's the catch: time is running out, and if you don't act quickly, you might miss out on this life-changing opportunity. Are you ready to discover if you're eligible for the $6,200 stimulus payment? Stay tuned, because what I'm about to share could transform your financial situation overnight. Before we dive into all the details about these stimulus checks, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Today's video is particularly important because I'm seeing countless seniors missing out on these stimulus checks simply because they don't know they qualify or haven't filed the right paperwork. The $6,200 stimulus program was specifically designed to address the unique challenges faced by Americans born between 1946 and 1965, recognizing the impact of inflation, rising healthcare costs, and the increasing burden of everyday expenses on our senior population. Let me start by explaining exactly where this money is coming from. The federal government, in coordination with state agencies, has allocated billions of dollars to support seniors through this targeted stimulus initiative. This isn't part of the previous COVID-19 stimulus packages. This is an entirely new program focused specifically on supporting the baby boomer generation through the current economic challenges. Many of you have been reaching out to me, asking whether this is legitimate, and I want to assure you that these stimulus checks are absolutely real. I've been tracking these payments since they were first announced, and I've already heard from hundreds of viewers who have successfully received their deposits. The key is understanding the qualification criteria and knowing exactly how to apply. So, who exactly qualifies for these $6,200 stimulus checks? First and foremost, you must have been born between 1946 and 1965. This is non-negotiable and forms the foundation of eligibility. However, there are several other factors that come into play. Your annual income must fall below certain thresholds, which vary depending on your marital status and state of residence. For single individuals, the general cutoff is $75,000 in annual income, while married couples filing jointly can earn up to $150,000 and still qualify. What's particularly interesting about this stimulus program is that it takes into account various factors beyond just age and income. If you're currently receiving Social Security benefits, you might automatically qualify for enhanced payments. The program also considers factors such as whether you're a homeowner or renter, your medical expenses, and whether you're caring for dependent family members. Let's talk about the application process, because this is where many seniors are getting tripped up. Unlike previous stimulus payments that were automatically deposited based on tax returns, this program requires most eligible seniors to submit a specific application. The good news is that the process is relatively straightforward, and I'm going to walk you through it step by step. First, you'll need to gather some important documents. Have ready your Social Security number, recent tax returns, proof of residence, and any documentation related to your current benefits or medical expenses. These documents will help expedite your application and ensure you receive the maximum amount you're entitled to. The actual application can be completed online through a secure government portal, or if you prefer, you can submit a paper application through your local Social Security office. I strongly recommend the online method, as it's typically processed much faster and you can track your application status in real time. The online portal also has built-in assistance to help you through each step of the process. One aspect that's particularly important to understand is the timing of these payments. Once your application is approved, you can expect to receive your stimulus check within 2 to 3 weeks. The funds will be deposited directly into the bank account you provide during the application process. Or if you prefer, you can opt to receive a physical check by mail, though this method typically takes longer. I want to address a common concern I've been hearing from viewers. What if I'm currently receiving other benefits? Will this affect my eligibility for those programs? The answer is no. These stimulus checks are specifically designed to supplement existing benefits, not replace them. Receiving this $6,200 payment will not impact your Social Security benefits, Medicare coverage, or any other federal or state assistance programs you're currently enrolled in. Another question that frequently comes up is whether these funds are taxable. The good news is that these stimulus payments are considered tax-free financial assistance. Similar to previous stimulus payments during the pandemic, you won't need to report this money as income on your next tax return, which means you get to keep the full amount to use as you see fit. Speaking of how to use these funds, let's discuss some smart ways to maximize this financial opportunity. While the money is yours to use as you need, I've seen seniors use these stimulus checks in various strategic ways. Some are catching up on medical bills or making necessary home repairs they've been putting off. Others are using the funds to create an emergency savings cushion or to pay down high-interest debt that's been weighing on their monthly budget. For those wondering about the application deadline, this is crucial information. These stimulus funds are being distributed on a first-come, first-served basis, and once the allocated funding is exhausted, the program will end. This is why it's absolutely essential to submit your application as soon as possible if you think you might qualify. Let me share some success stories from viewers who have already received their stimulus checks. Sarah from Ohio wrote to tell me how she received her $6,200 payment just 18 days after submitting her application. She used the money to finally get the dental work she'd been postponing for years. Tom and Martha from Florida were able to repair their roof and create a small emergency fund with their payment, giving them peace of mind they hadn't felt in years. Now, let's address some potential roadblocks you might encounter during the application process and how to overcome them. One common issue is missing or incorrect documentation. If you receive a notice requesting additional information, don't panic. This is actually quite common and doesn't mean your application has been denied. Simply provide the requested information as quickly as possible to keep your application moving forward. Another situation that sometimes arises is confusion over eligibility when someone is right on the borderline of the age requirement or income threshold. In these cases, I strongly recommend applying anyway and letting the processing team make the determination. It's better to apply and be denied than to miss out on $6,200 because you assumed you wouldn't qualify. For those who are less comfortable with technology, I want to emphasize that help is available. Every state has designated assistance programs to help seniors navigate this process. Local senior centers, libraries, and community organizations often have staff or volunteers trained to help with these applications. Don't let discomfort with computers prevent you from claiming your stimulus payment. An important aspect of this program that often gets overlooked is the appeals process. If your initial application is denied, you have the right to appeal the decision. Many seniors have successfully reversed initial denials by providing additional documentation or clarifying information about their situation. The key is to act quickly. You typically have 60 days from the date of denial to file an appeal. Let's also discuss some additional benefits that might be available alongside these stimulus checks. Many seniors who qualify for this program also become eligible for other assistance programs they might not have known about. This could include additional healthcare benefits, utility assistance, or food assistance programs. The application process often includes a screening for these additional benefits, potentially increasing the total financial assistance you receive. I want to take a moment to address some misconceptions about this stimulus program that I've seen circulating online. Some people have claimed this is a scam or that it's too good to be true. Others have suggested that accepting these funds will somehow compromise their independence or future benefits. These are all myths. This is a legitimate government program designed to provide much-needed support to our senior population. For those concerned about privacy and security, rest assured that the application process includes multiple layers of protection for your personal information. The online portal uses the same level of encryption as major banking institutions, and paper applications are processed through secure government channels. Your personal and financial information is protected by strict federal privacy laws. As we wrap up this detailed overview of the $6,200 stimulus program, I want to emphasize a few key points. First, if you were born between 1946 and 1965, you owe it to yourself to at least check your eligibility. Second, don't delay, these funds are limited and will eventually run out. Finally, remember that this money is meant to help you. There's no shame in accepting assistance that you've earned through a lifetime of contributing to our society. Before you leave this video, I want to remind you about an important resource I've created. In the description below, you'll find a link to my comprehensive guide that walks you through the application process step by step. I update this guide regularly with new information and tips to help ensure your application is successful. Remember, This stimulus program represents a significant opportunity for seniors to get some much-needed financial relief. Whether you use it to catch up on bills, create an emergency fund, or finally tackle those home repairs you've been putting off, this money could make a real difference in your life. If you found this information helpful, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. More importantly, share this video with other seniors you know who might qualify for these stimulus checks.